Hello, hello, my friends. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. Welcome back to my face and my card making space. And a fun card using the stamp set from the Simon Says Stamp March 2026 card kit. As of filming this intro, I'm not sure if the kit is still available because it was pretty close to selling out. However, stamp set and everything else I used is available like separately on its own, etc. I'll have links to all the things in the description box below the video. My links are affiliate links. That just means that if you click on one of my links and end up ordering anything, I get a small kickback from that at no extra cost to you. That is what helps. Keeps the lights on, keeps my heaters going, enables me to keep bringing out content. And yeah, let's get into making this card. So I'm starting with the Watercolor Bouquet stamp set, and this is what comes in the March 2026 card kit. But like I said, it's available on its own, and there are coordinating wafer dies, which I used in the previous video, but for today's card, I'm using just the stamps. And I chose several from the set, and I happen to have a ton of acrylic blocks, because this is all we used to have back in the day. And I've never gotten rid of them because they come in handy, especially for things like this. So I chose several images from the set. And I'm using Simon's Pawsitively Saturated Inks. And I'm using the same colors that come in the kit as well, but I'm just using my full-size ink pads because it's more convenient. So I am stamping these onto the smooth side of distress watercolor paper. And this technique you can do with sort of any solid stamps and any water reactive ink. You would just have to test it out because different inks do different things on and different watercolor paper. So you just gotta see. I've done this many times over the years with many different watercolor papers, different types of inks, etc. And every time it's a little bit different. Some inks are crazy water reactive, other inks not so much. It also can change depending on how long you let them sit. It varies, which also kind of makes it fun. So I'm just stamping these all over this watercolor paper and just really filling it in. You don't have to like fully fill it in either, but I can't help myself. So after I've stamped all these images, so I used Marine, Field, Zest, Rhubarb, and Violet inks, just for the specific colors. Then I'm taking my distress spray bottle, and I also have my Ranger heat tool, your embossing gun. That'll work as well. That is important because you want to dry this quite quickly. At first, it doesn't seem like a whole lot's happening. Like I'm spraying this with water, and at first it's just like, okay. But as the water starts sinking in, the color starts to move. And again, this can vary. You could be using the exact same inks, exact same stamps, all the things, like distress watercolor paper, and get a totally different result. Because like I said, it just varies sometimes. And the biggest thing though is just as long as you're ready, and I have my heat tool going, because it just continues to move, which is always really, really interesting. As that water just keeps soaking into the watercolor paper. So I use my heat tool to dry it so that it doesn't just turn into a fully blurry mess. And that can also change how much water you spray. I sprayed it fairly heavily and then dried it. And once it was fully dry, I die cut it with one of the modern Teardrops wafer dies. And then I used the one size larger and die cut some of Simon's Vellum. And then I used my AmyR's twine, which you get a sampling of that in the kit, and I'm pretty sure I talked about in the video how the full roll of this will last till the end of time. I don't even remember how many years ago I bought this roll. It's got 400. Yeah, I was right. I said that in the video too. It's got 400 yards on it. It's gonna last me forever, and I'm fine with it because it comes in handy. So I just wrapped it around my panel here multiple times. And then, as always, reverse tweezers for the win, especially with stuff like this. Because I start my knot, the reverse tweezers, pinch it and hold it in place so that I can fiddle and make my little bow. And then once I'm happy with it, I can just trim the ends. And this was one of those few times where the bow just was like perfect right out the gate. Usually I have to fiddle with it a bit. But I've also tied like 5 bajillion bows. That was one of my very first, not my first, but one of my very first YouTube videos is like how to tie a bow. It's still on my channel. All those old videos are. It amuses me, you know? So anyway, I put Big Mama foam tape on the back of that panel, adhered it to its larger vellum size. And then I used the Crisscross Floral 3D embossing folder. And I embossed a panel of, this is Rainbow Splash Lake cardstock. Really pretty color. And after I'd embossed it, I then decided to pop this panel up yet again with the Big Mama foam tape because Simon's Big Mama foam tape is really, really thin. And 2 layers of it is basically the same as 1 layer of just standard foam tape. So it's a fun way I can add like a little bit of extra dimension, but it doesn't add a whole lot of bulk. So I put that on there, popped it onto the card front, and then I'm going to splatter. And I mentioned this also in a recent video. Do I have all the distress spritz? Yes. Have I used them much in quite some time? No, because I had them in their tins and it was not convenient for me to grab them. And if things aren't convenient, I'm too lazy to pull them out. So I moved them to literally right in front of me. So now I can use them more because they're pretty and I really like them. You just have to remember to shake them up really, really well because all that pretty shimmer settles to the bottom, especially if you are actually going to spray with them. You want to shake them up very, very well. But I shake them up and then I take the top off and I dip a brush into it and I splatter with them. So then I get like shimmery, sparkly color splatter and it makes me happy. So I used worn lipstick, broken china, and villainous potion. And just a little size 4 Zen watercolor brush. I would just dip it in the bottle, splatter it on the background, did it with all 3 colors. And then because I had my heat tool plugged in, I dried this. It doesn't necessarily need to be heat set, in my opinion, but I just did this because I'm going to add more splatter. And I didn't want all the splatter to start mixing and just getting weird, you know? So I just dried this, and then I'm going to add white splatter with Simon's Positively Perfect White Splatter Medium. So I get all this dry, and then with the Simon splatter mediums, they are also liquid, and the pigment also settles to the bottom. So these I stir up. I don't like shaking these. I've talked about this in a few videos, and I think some live streams. For me, I found that if I was shaking these jars up, the liquid was escaping and getting into like the threads, and I literally sealed this jar shut. It took me a while to get the lid off, and I was just making a mess, y'all. It was ridiculous. So I stir it with the little silicone mini spatula and spoon. Love that little thing because then I can stir it up real good, wipe it off, go on about my day. So I stirred that up really well, and then used my fan brush and added a good amount of the white splatter because I like it. And then black splatter, which this is Simon's Positively Perfect Black Splatter. This also needs to be stirred up. It doesn't look like it because you can't tell. You can't. However, the pigment does settle to the bottom of this as well. And then this one I'm just much more careful with because it is crazy pigmented and I'm constantly stressed that I'm going to knock it over. So far, so good. Knock on wood. So far, so good. So I stirred it up, used my fan brush, added a bit of black splatter, and then put that lid back on there, cleaned everything up. Everything is good. While all of that was drying, I white heat embossed sentiments from the basic brushstroke greetings set. This set was released at the same time as the kit. It's not part of the monthly kit, and there's a coordinating die set. So I just stamped and white heat embossed the sentiments onto black cardstock, and then after I die cut them, I also die cut scraps of the black cardstock with those same wafer dies, and then I'm just gluing those together to build the dimension. Especially with these types of sentiments where the coordinating die cuts like really close to the words, which I love. I would rather take another couple minutes to die cut the layers and glue them together than try and like trim down little bits of foam tape. It's faster, in my opinion, to do a little bit of die cutting and adhering. And then for my little Dragonfly, this one is the bright Dragonfly wafer die. And the body I die cut also from just a scrap of black cardstock. And then the wings I die cut from Simon's Ice Vellum. It's a little more opaque than the other shimmer vellums. And yeah, it just has this really pretty, literally like icy shimmer to it. So I've got my Dragonfly, I've got my sentiments, and then once I figured out exactly where I wanted to place my sentiments onto this card front, I glued them down also with liquid glue, and then press that down, just like so, and then did the same thing to the rest of it. So the front will say just grateful for you. And then for my little Dragonfly, I ended up adding just a tiny little bit of that same Big Mama foam tape, just right under the body there. And then secured it extra with a little bit of liquid glue just to really hold that down, because it's just like a sliver of foam tape there. So adhered that. And then on the inside of the card, I'm going to stamp those same flowers, just a few of them. And you can't see it because I've kind of drifted off camera, but this stamp, I dropped it and smeared along the bottom of the inside of the card. So I just flipped it over. And instead, where I made my oopsie, that's where I'll glue the card front, so you can't tell. So, it happens. It happens. I'm constantly just knocking things over, dropping things. It happens. So I stamped my little cluster there onto the inside of the card, and my card's a top folding A2 white note card, so 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And I'd stamped the hug sentiment from that same stamp set with Nocturne ink. And then I adhered my card front to the card base with liquid glue. And then as my 2 final embellishments, I've got some Positively Dazzling gems in Surf, which it's like a shaker, you know? I love these little containers. So I adhered some of those. And then I added some diamond stickles, which I applied very, very thin, especially to these wings, because I've mentioned this. Stickles, being like a liquid medium, will cause vellum to curl, which isn't too big of a deal, but you'll actually see here. It's not fully dry yet, but the wings are looking a little bit weird. They kind of flatten out a little bit more as it gets fully dry, so it's not quite so odd looking. But I applied the stickles to the wings and to the body, and then just let them dry. So it just gives it a little extra sparkle. And then you can kind of see the shimmer from the Distress Spritz splatter there. It's just fun. It's just fun. So I just got to let the stickles fully dry, and this card is complete. So like I mentioned in the intro, I'll have links to all of the things in the description box below the video. And then I'll have the other video I mentioned and whatnot in the end screen at the very end if you want to check those out as well. Thank you all so very much for hanging out with me, for thumbs upping and commenting. It helps a ton, and I really appreciate it. And I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Bye. Thank you so much to my amazing Patreon supporters. For anyone that might be interested in joining my Patreon community and supporting me, the link to my Patreon is in the description box below the video. For everyone else, as always, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my videos, for thumbs upping, commenting, subscribe if you haven't, I'd love to have you. And here's a couple other videos for you to check out in case you missed them. Bye!